What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I cover the latest cryptocurrency news articles to keep you up to date on what is going on in the crypto world. And we're back live in Sarasota. I am back at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club here. I've been traveling all week. You've seen my show. I was in Vegas last week visiting that club. Then I was in Dallas yesterday checking out that location, as well as the new operator, Thomas. And yeah, it's been a great trip just getting to travel around, see the different clubs we got opening up. And then we even have so much stuff going on, like Jay's show this morning. If you did not watch the Bitcoin Ben show and Bitcoin Thursdays with Dr. J, I really recommend you watch this morning's episode, because we are literally official, the first crypto Bitcoin backed bank right now. We did our first transaction in our own wallet, and you get your own private keys with this bank. And so we are officially the first one in the world to do it. And I got some photos here that Jay showed, so let me just share those at least with you of everything going on. So let's see, am I sharing the screen? Yes. So there's Jay, our CEO, holding up the Bitcoin wallet. The computer on the side, I think, is the wallet itself, while there up on top is our node. But yeah, so that's Jay holding that up. And then let's see. There's the team, all your developers. We have at least 9 developers that have been working nonstop around the clock on this app. And then here is that first transaction with our private key capital wallet and transaction sent to us. So that's his transaction ID, and our first private key location is already up. We got the sign going. It's going to be in West Palm Beach. So very exciting things coming. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, so many exciting things are going on in the crypto space. I was traveling. I got my new iPhone 17 Pro because my last one just crapped out. And of course, I got the Bitcoin Orange. And of course, how to get the Apple Watch, because it was $200 off. So, but again, I had to get this too, because you don't want to miss out on technology. I meet a lot of people in this space, helping them out, like at the club and everything, and they missed out on the technology and computer boom. Like, they work their jobs and everything normally, and they're like, I don't need to study computers or understand how to do this. But now they're getting into the crypto space and they don't have the computer skills. It's like, how do I save a file? How do I copy? How do I do that? So they gotta learn that to be a part of the space and actually navigate it safely. But so this is why I got this watch. I was always adamant against it, but it's like, I don't want to miss out on the technology just adoption curve, because eventually, like, the tools in this watch right here will be implemented into the next technology phase. So you got to have an understanding of this before you move to the next one. So that's why I got this cool little watch. I love it. Keeping track of my health, telling me to stand up, and then it's also telling me my notifications because it's getting so busy. But yeah, let's go with the news. That was a pretty long intro. So yeah, what's going on? Like, we got Bitcoin's price sitting at 108,000 right now. So we've had a dip today, and yeah, we had a Fed rate cut and everything by 25 basis points. So everyone's going like, why is the price going down and everything? Are we going to go up? I still think we do. But yeah, so we're going to cover that news about the Fed cutting the points. Michael Saylor still calling for 150,000 Bitcoin, and then we have some altcoin news out there, crypto wallets, and then also some like scammers who got arrested, or the Australian police cracked a thief's wallet, so that way when he gets released, he doesn't get access to those millions of dollars. So yeah, tons of news articles to go through. So let's start off with Twitter. Let's go with some bullish news that's happening right now. Like, we have Nordea mentioning they're a $648 billion euro company to allow customers to trade Bitcoin linked exchange traded products on its platform. Europe is coming, guys, and I probably should have titled that it is coming. Everybody is coming, because even the next one, JP Morgan has tokenized our private equity fund and its Connexus fund flow platform with a broader rollout plan for 2026. Like, it's coming. I thought I had another article saying it where it's coming, like Europe is coming. Oh yeah, it was this one. And even breaking the $500 billion MasterCard just credit giants are adopting Bitcoin. It's coming. So again, like, I saw this just phrase going everywhere right now. And again, it is coming, guys. It's happening. And like, the whales kind of slowed down to like their purchasing, but you know who's still buying? The dolphins. I got an article on that one. So it's like, what are dolphins? We got whales, we got dolphins, we got shrimp. But this is really the level of like Bitcoin holdings you got. Like, the whales are the ones with the massive amounts of holdings out there. Dolphins are beneath them. Like, they have some holdings, and you got the shrimps, like the newbies getting involved. But everybody is getting on board. But let's go through the news now. Let's talk about this Fed rate cut that just happened. So Bitcoin crashes after the Fed rate cut as traders fall for buy the rumor, sell the news trap. So as Bitcoin dropped below 108,000, sentiment spotted rising shorts and whale accumulation. Now, the Federal Reserve widely expected a 0.25% rate cut on Wednesday, and it triggered a wave of volatility across both traditional and crypto markets. Now, Powell's cautious words spooked the crypto markets as Bitcoin briefly dipped below $108,000 in a classic buy the rumor, sell the news scenario. But historical patterns point to a rebound after such capitalization. Now, crypto turns cautious. The sentiment in its latest update stated that Bitcoin's decline following Jerome Powell's hawkish tone reflected an overextension of optimism that had built up ahead of the announcement. Now, traders had priced in a dovish message and further easing through year end, but Powell's warning that another cut in December is not guaranteed, and that flipped the sentiment abruptly because we got word that even Trump, I think, tweeted expect more rate cuts to happen, but then you got Powell saying it's not guaranteed, guys. So that's definitely a sell the news type of thing. It's uh-oh, it's not going to happen. I'm not. But BTC plunged below $110,000 as traders who had positioned for a dovish outcome began to unwind their longs. On-chain data showed a notable increase in exchange inflows and a cooling in funding rates, which meant that leveraged traders were caught off guard by the Fed's tone. Now, social sentiment also flipped sharply negative in discussions around rate cut, and Powell and Fed dominated crypto-related chatter. Historically, sentiment observed that these surges in crowd attention and fear have often coincided with the short-term price bottom, suggesting a possible setup for a rebound once the panic subsides. And again, I think we can do it. If you look at the price and we look at the all-time charts, if you look at the week and the day charts, all going down. But here, when I'm looking at the end of it, it's this looks like we still can have another run up to the $150,000 mark, which everyone is calling for. Even a Saylor is still calling for that. So that leads us into this next article on why the $71 billion Bitcoin behemoth strategy is still betting on Bitcoin hitting the $150,000 mark this year. So strategy founder Michael Saylor thinks Bitcoin will grind its way to $150,000 this year, despite the dip from its recent all-time high. Now, Bitcoin's slump from its October all-time high of above 126,000 hasn't phased strategy. Executive chairman and co-founder Michael Saylor, who still expects the leading crypto asset to grind to a record price of $150,000 by the end of the year. Now, chatting with CNBC at the Money 2020 FinTech conference in Las Vegas, the Bitcoin bull highlighted diminishing volatility and clearer market structure as reasons for their optimism. He said, "I think Bitcoin is going to continue to grind up," Saylor said. "Volatility is coming off as the industry becomes more structured with more derivatives and ways to hedge it. Now, our expectation right now is at the end of the year, it should be about $150,000. Now, Bitcoin has jumped nearly 54% in the last year. Man, that's a loud ringtone with that new phone. But jumped nearly 54% in the last year, stabilizing above $100,000 as it changes hands around $111,000 on Wednesday. Now, in the future, Saylor is thinking even bigger. "I don't know why it won't grind up to $1 million a coin over the next 4 to 8 years," he added. "And of course, my long-term forecast is it goes up about 30% a year for the next 20 years. And we're headed toward $20 million Bitcoin." So, I really want that to happen. But I do know that actually will eventually happen just down the road. It's maybe not in the next 4 years, 8 years. Some people will say in the 20 years we might get there. But again, with this adoption rate and everything going on, I think it could totally do that in a faster pace. But the strategy frontman called the last 12 months the best in the crypto industry's history, citing the White House endorsement of Bitcoin as digital gold, the SEC's expectation and support of tokenized equities, and the Secretary of Treasury's acceptance of stablecoins. Now, regardless of price, Saylor said that he and his firm will be buying the top forever, or in other words, purchasing Bitcoin regardless of how high the price goes. Now, the Tyson's Corner, Virginia-based firm, has already amassed a treasury of more than $71 billion worth of Bitcoin, making it the largest publicly traded Bitcoin treasury in existence and a pioneer in the digital asset treasury. Now, the trend will only continue to grow, according to Saylor, who added that he didn't know why forward-thinking companies wouldn't hold digital assets on their balance sheet. Now, shares in Strategy closed down 3.26% today, changing hands at $275.36. Now, the Bitcoin-adjacent equity is up around 11% in the last year compared to nearly 54% of its Bitcoin. So Saylor, again, they're still buying the top forever. They don't mind, but he is just expecting, though, $150,000 and that we should be increasing 30% a year. And that's pretty good numbers for increasing movement. And I would love to see that happen. I hope his prediction is correct because that's how I kind of see it. Like, I don't think Bitcoin is having any more like huge dips. Some people still think we could go down to 80,000, like that would be the bottom, and then we go back over the cycle. But I think we're no longer on traditional Bitcoin cycles. I feel like, yeah, like this, that 30% totally makes sense. I think we're just going to be experiencing now a slow but consistent long-term growth now with Bitcoin. Now with altcoins, that I still don't know. It could be delayed. Like I'm thinking now it's like maybe got pushed back a year, because originally if we followed traditional cycles, I probably would have taken profits last March or May probably. Like that would have been like the all-time high for alt season, or it's like that almost the start of the boom for it. So if we got pushed back a year, then maybe by around Q2, Q3, maybe that's when the next altcoin season hits. But before Bitcoin's long-term growth, I think that's where it's going. But that's Michael Saylor's news on it. Now let's talk about the Bitcoin dolphins. Like I mentioned, so we got the whales, we got dolphins, we got shrimps, but they are the ones dominating with a rapid buying. And how much have they bought and held so far? That's what this article is going to go over. So here we go. So the latest Bitcoin on-chain data reveals a notable development among mid-tier investors known as dolphins, which are wallets holding between 100 and 1,000 Bitcoin. Now, these entities, which are seen as the balance between retail traders and institutional whales, they have quietly become the most dominant cohort in 2025. Now, their accumulation trend, which started earlier this year, has now reached levels not seen in Bitcoin's history, and on-chain data shows that the sheer amount of confidence in the long-term trajectory of the world's largest cryptocurrency. Now, dolphins take control of the market. According to Sentiment on-chain data, Bitcoin dolphins now hold around 5.16 million Bitcoin, representing about 26% of the total circulating supply out there. Now, this share is larger than that of both smaller retail holders, shrimps and crabs is what they call them, and large-scale investors, which are known as whales and humpbacks. Now, the steady rise in their holdings since early 2025 points to deliberate and sustained accumulation during periods of market consolidation. Now, the chart below clearly illustrates this behavior, showing a smooth upward trend in dolphin balance from late April through October of 2025. Each brief pause in the curves is highlighted an accumulation during minor corrections, meaning that these holders have been taking advantages of price pullbacks to strengthen their position. Now, this slow but consistent buildup indicates growing conviction rather than speculative trading activity. Now, here is that chart on. You can barely see it, but there's a line that's slowly going up. That's like a bad chart they took from there, but it is going up. Now, the number shows that dolphins have accumulated more than 681,000 Bitcoin so far this year. This increase highlights how this group has become the most important in terms of Bitcoin supply dynamics. Now, whales and humpbacks have shown less aggression behavior, while dolphins appear to be absorbing a large portion of the available coins. Now, this increasing trend among dolphin wallets is much more interesting when looked at in comparison with whale addresses, that is, addresses holding between 1,000 Bitcoin and 10,000 Bitcoin. So if you're wondering what the whales hold, it's between this number right here. But data from Sentiment shows that addresses that fall into this cohort have seen their collective holdings falling since April, falling from 4.58 million Bitcoin in April to 4.2 million Bitcoin at the time of writing, as shown in the image below. So let's see, the chart here shows the Bitcoin going down. Is that by the price going up? I can't see. These images are terrible. Let's see, can we zoom in a bit? Let's see. Now it's just blurry, so yeah, it doesn't even help. But the impact on Bitcoin's price structure so far, though, right now, the rise of Bitcoin Dolphin is a positive shift in Bitcoin's ownership structure. Unlike whales, whose movements can cause short-term price swings, dolphins represent a larger group of strategic investors with a longer outlook. Now, currently, there are about 17,771 addresses within the category, each holding between 100 Bitcoin and 1,000 Bitcoin, and together, again, they account for 25.82% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. Now, their collective control of more than a quarter of all Bitcoin suggests a gradual decentralization of supply away from few dormant holdings. Now, on the other hand, there are 1,971 addresses holding between 1,000 Bitcoin and 10,000 Bitcoin, translating to about 21.32% circulating supply. Now, this data reflects a healthier market balance between institutional and large retail participation. Now, here is a supply chart, I think, holding up the circulating supply right now. So dolphins hold 25%, fish, so the small guys, hold 21%, whales and balances hold 21%. So just right there alone, let's see, that is 46, and then let's add that, would be 67. So 67% of the supply being held in the dolphins, fish, and whale balances, while the other accounts, again, it's so blurry. These are terrible photos they chose. The other percentage of where the Bitcoin circulating supply is at, probably exchanges and other sites out there. But at the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading at 113,000. When did they write this article? Because right now we are at 108,000. So this article is probably yesterday, or when were we at 113,000? Hold on, let's see. Let's go back to a month. So when was this article actually written? Oh, probably literally yesterday or over the weekend. So over the weekend, we were still at $113,000. But yeah, but no, this article just proves like, even though the whales are like as aggressive right now as they've been early on, we still have the dolphins out there still buying aggressively. And even the retail guys, like if they can, I know they're stacking their sats because again, they're trying to be a part of something bigger right now. Like you don't want to be left in the future being just coinless, no Bitcoin whatsoever. If you can at least strive for 0.01 Bitcoin, which is probably around $1,000 right now, you're set. You are set in the future, like 20 years, 30 years. This is the generational wealth that you can finally be a part of, where like you'll be utilizing that asset, borrow against it, move it into another cash flow project that will continue to it, but you're never getting rid of their Bitcoin. So we do have programs here at the Crypto Club that can help you out with that. So if you're interested in either the home to hodl program, where you can take your equity from your home, move it into Bitcoin, and then use that Bitcoin to borrow against it, maybe go into our mining program, which we also have. We have those options for you. So go to bitcoinben.io and check out all the programs we have. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the Bitcoin space right now. Let's take a quick commercial break right now, and then we'll go into the altcoin news. Our next article will be Tron wallet activity is booming right now because of stablecoin. So that'll be our next article when we come back. So let me play this quick message for you, and I'll see you in a minute.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
Yes, it does. So if you need more info, go to bitcoinben.io or call this number scrolling down beneath us. Give us a text or a call. It is 941-413-8080. Now, okay, I'm browsing Twitter right now during that brief commercial break. I always like to find the most current articles for you. And looks like just in, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon admits crypto is real. He said it. It will be used by all of us to facilitate better transactions. Let's hear him say this.
I've gotten away with no damage so far. Crypto is real. You need blockchain, stable coins. You have a JP Morgan deposit coin. You can move stuff. Smart contracts is real. All that stuff is real. It will be used by all of us to facilitate, better transactions and customers. Anybody.
So there you have it. He just said it. It's going to be used by all of us. And again, I think I saw something on here in like Bitcoin Magazine too, or is this a saying out there? Like once banks say it is real, it's too late. Bitcoin's price will probably be so high up there. I don't want to see if I can find that, but it is true. Once banks say it's okay, crypto is okay, it's coming to that too late part. So guys, keep stacking those sats. If you need help and you're new to crypto, Join the club. We have classes twice a week, and we offer one-on-one consultational help at all of our club locations, whether it be Dallas, Nashville, Massachusetts, Vegas, here in Sarasota. We got people to help you out for that. But yeah, so bullish news there right now. The world is adopting it. It's here, guys. It's not going away anymore. So if we have a dip, it'll be very short term, because again, it's probably just a slow run now. Like Sailor said, maybe 30% gains, could be more, could be a little less, but I feel we have that continuous growth. Now let's continue on with the news. I said our next article is on retail stablecoin boom helps send Tron active wallets to new highs. So here we go. This is coming from Cointelegraph. Now, activity on Tron is booming with a 69% week-on-week rise in active addresses to 11.1 million, and Tuesday's 12.6 million transaction count being the network's largest in 2 years. Now, blockchain data suggests that more people are transacting on the Tron network than ever before amid strong retail adoption and the rising popularity of the high-speed, low-cost chain. Now, the number of daily Tron daily active addresses rose to a record of 5.7 million on Tuesday, beating the previous record of 5.4 million set the day before. So that just shows increased transactions just happening with daily activity. Now, while the more than 12.6 million transactions clocked on Tuesday were the highest daily tally since June 12, 2023. Now, TronScan data shows that no headlines, no hype, just raw throughput. That's top tier activity with zero fanfare. Now, blockchain analytics platform Nansen said in a post to X on Wednesday. Now, here is that chart of the daily transactions and just that growth it's been doing. Yeah, so you have dips and everything, but it's holding at the 8 million. But just still, like if you have like a line chart, it is slowly going up right there. But data from Nansen shows that a 69% rise in daily active Tron addresses over the last week, reaching nearly 11.1 million, marking the largest week-on-week change among major blockchains. Now, USDT Tether is on Tron and is the combo of choice for many. So while Tron's decentralized financial ecosystem isn't as prominent as Ethereum's, it facilitates between 15 to 20 million Tether stablecoin transfers weekly, making it one of the most common token and chain payment combinations in the crypto space. Now, it is widely used in Africa, Asia, and South America, allowing locals to benefit from the high-speed, low-cost US dollar peg token transfers, where real US dollar access is often limited. And yeah, so they're choosing Tron over Ethereum because, again, it's cheaper transactions. Ethereum, if you're trying to send that stablecoin over, it may cost you $1 to $8, depending on how congested the network is. Like if you're in a bull run, it could be a $20 transaction, maybe even a $100 one. So that's why they chose Tron for its cheap transaction fees when sending crypto. So it's probably only a couple cents of the Tron token to cover that gas fee. So that's why like we're seeing a lot more active with stablecoins on these other chains other than Ethereum. But again, Ethereum is a stronger chain, but sometimes people will probably choose a cheaper price to move their cryptos rather than just having the stronger network to use. But let's continue on. So Tether notched its 500 millionth USDT user on October 21st. Hey, my dad's birthday. Now, in achievement, its CEO Paulo Arduano said it's likely the biggest financial inclusion achievement in history. Now, the World Bank Group estimates there are around 1.4 billion adults who don't have access to a bank account. Crypto is one solution to the problem, as anyone with a phone can download a crypto wallet to receive money and store funds securely. It is literally here to bank the unbanked, because there are so many people out there who do not have a bank account. They just keep their money under their mattress out there. But now anyone with a phone can have their own bank in their own wallet. Now, USDT is still by far the largest stablecoin. USDT, with a market cap of $183.2 billion, represents a 58.8% market share, according to CoinGecko. And then Circle's USDC comes in next at $76.2 billion. Now, Ethereum is home to the most USDT in circulation at $83.4 billion, while Tron comes in second place at $78.7 million, and that is shown on DeFi Llama data. So if you want to look for those actual charts, go to DeFiLlama.com, or is it DeFiLlama.io? Let me put that in here. Let's see what the official site is, because you always want to cancel that. Let's go back. Let's see. We want to go to DeFi Llama. You always want to click on the correct URL link, because one fake one could cost you thousands, so you always want to be sure. So it's, DeFiLlama.com. That will be the correct URL. If you see anything up here that says .io, .xyz, that is not an official website, and so it's probably a scam site trying to get some information off of you. So if you want to check the data for yourself on here, there's tons of tools. You can check Ethereum, you can check Solana. Like, there's so much valuable data on this if you really want to dive deep into it. But yeah, so Tron's active wallets are booming right now. So awesome. I always love seeing that. Just again, because that just shows like adoption is happening. People are utilizing it, and it's being adopted in other countries out there, just again to make money transfers a lot easier than the traditional financial system. So yeah, so that's what's going on with Tron. Now let's talk about the Binance wallet. Looks like they are partnering with Bubble Maps to help fight insider crypto trading. So Binance integrates Bubble Maps blockchain data tools into its Web3 wallet, giving users more transparency into token distribution and potential inside trading activity. So crypto exchange Binance is partnering with blockchain data platform Bubble Maps to give users of its non-custodial Web3 wallet more insight into potential insider trading and token manipulation. Now, the integration will allow millions of Binance Web3 wallet users to utilize Bubble Maps blockchain data visualization tool to view token distribution and on-chain wallet clusters, aiming to add just layers of transparency to the Binance experience, according to a Wednesday announcement shared with Cointelegraph. Now, Binance aims to help traders identify insider trading activity or other coordinated market behavior by analyzing a token's distribution pattern. So as more traders and active activity move on-chain, the need for accessible, transparent blockchain data continues to grow. Integrating Bubble Maps on Binance Wallet is part of this effort to provide our users with clear insights, helping them make better informed trading decisions, said by Winston Liu, lead at Binance Wallet. Now, Bubble Maps has previously helped identify insider token sales and suspicious team wallet activity surrounding popular celebrity-endorsed meme coins, including the U.S. First Lady Melania Trump's Melania meme token. And then on April 7th, Bubble Maps revealed that the team behind the Melania token moved $30 million worth of the community funds that were quietly sold with no explanation from the team whatsoever. So that's how they were able to utilize that. So can we see that on here for this chart, Melania token? And yeah, so I'm not sure how to read this chart, but this is what the Bubble Maps looks like. So the token and like part like where it got moved off to. But so it's really identifying like how insider trading is. So I probably had to do a little research to see how it actually looks and how to play with this. But crypto trading needs more data and transparency. So the growing on-chain economy created a need for more transparent blockchain data for crypto traders. And this was wrote by Nicholas Vyman, the CEO of Bubble Maps, adding that this integration marks an important step in our mission to make blockchain transparency accessible to everyone. Now, Bubble Maps transforms blockchain data into intuitive visual clusters with wallets represented as bubbles, interconnected with other entities based on their transaction history. Now, traders use the tool to identify potential anomalies, such as a high token concentration bundled across the same entity, which may be a sign of insider activity. Now, the partnership comes just 5 months after Bubble Maps launched Time Travel, a tool designed to help detect insider activity related to the growing meme coin scams out there. Because yeah, that was a big boom right there in our during last year. Like meme coins, I think had their run. Like there may still be a little pump in them right now, but I feel like they've run their course. But yeah, so it's a great way to see active or just activity going on in there. It's like, is it insider? Is it just one group? Were they moving it around? So this is a good tool to use. So, and they use bubbles. I always like bubbles because, again, I always showcase like our crypto bubbles map, just like the big old bubble. This one, though, for their site, looks like they have bubbles connecting with other bubbles and networks out there. So that's pretty cool. Binance on integrating that to help fight insider crypto trading out there. So cool. Now let's continue on. What else do we have? Now we're coming down to like the scams and stuff that took place over the weekend or past couple of months. But let's start off first with the Australian police use a crypto safe cracker to access $6 million stash. So the AFP commissioner revealed how one analyst's intuition unlocked millions in crypto, which a suspect tries to hide behind manipulated code. So yeah, so the Australian Federal Police Commissioner has revealed how a data scientist within the AFP's Criminal Asset Confiscation Task Force was able to crack open a crypto wallet worth $6 million held by an alleged criminal. Now, AFP Commissioner Chrissy Barrett detailed the breakthrough Wednesday during her National Press Club address, describing how the agency nearly let a seizure worth millions slip through the fingers until one analyst hunch paid off. So we knew if we couldn't open the crypto wallet and if the alleged offender was sentenced, upon release, he would leave prison a multimillionaire, all from the profits of an organized crime, Barrett said. And for our members, that was not an acceptable outcome. So the data scientist was able to access the wallet by spotting a pattern that computers missed, a human touch in what was supposed to be a machine-generated security code. So the analyst was presented with an image displaying random numbers and words divided into groups of 6 with more than 50 variations of the number groups, Barrett explained. Now, after having one of those scientific epiphanies, the analysis realized that the alleged criminal had tried to create a crypto booby prize and how the numbers were presented, Barrett said. So after stripping that first digit from each sequence, what remained was decoded into a 24-word recovery phrase. Now, when asked how he figured it out, the analyst said that the numbers didn't look computer-generated. They looked like a human had modified the sequence by adding numbers to the front of some sequences, Barrett said. So she held up the case as proof that raw computing power has its limits, noting that while computer power is essential, it is not always as creative and innovative as a human can be. So the same analysis has since reportedly cracked another wallet using a different method, recovering more than $1.9 million, and the AFP commissioner added, if a court orders the crypto forfeited, Barrett said the funds will be directed to a Commonwealth account that is redistributed by Home Affairs and Minister Tony Burke to fund various crime prevention measures to help keep Australia safe. Now, the operations with Kraken and crypto right now, the well-connected alleged criminal who owned the wallet is suspected of having a stockpiled cryptocurrency from selling a tech-type product to alleged criminals around the world, Barrett said. Now, the police refused to confirm the decrypt, which case the commissioner was referencing to, as the matter is in front of the court. Now, Australian police have conducted a number of seizures under the Operation Kraken, which is a sweeping investigation into organized crime. Last year, the AFP announced that it had seized $6.1 million following the arrest of J.G. Yoon Jung, that's the name, who is accused of creating and maintaining Ghost, an encrypted messaging platform used by organized crime syndicates worldwide. Now, it was the second major asset seizure under Operation Kraken, which has no affiliation with the crypto exchange of the same name. And AFP officers were able to secure the millions in cryptocurrency after analysis of digital devices enabled CACT to decipher the wallet seed phrase. Now, to date, the operation has racked up 46 arrests, 93 search warrants, and stopped 50 threats to life, according to the AFP. Police have also seized 30 illegal firearms, prevented 200 kilograms of drugs from hitting the streets, and restrained $11.09 million in total assets. So they are cracking down. So that's awesome. They're recovering, stopping criminals out there, and cracking codes. Because again, that's the worst thing that can happen. The criminal got arrested, but they had a hidden stash somewhere of still stolen funds out there. So now when they get released, hey, they don't got that. They got to work hard and get back in work in society, actually make a difference, and not try to steal stuff anymore. But yeah, so way to go, Australian police, for cracking that code. But yeah, again, hopefully it doesn't, again, there was like a human touch error, like the criminal did. Like he put in numbers in the code and someone was able to actually go in there and decipher that. So something just machines couldn't do. It just took that human creativity, the mind that still, our brain is still the most powerful tool and computer out there. So it can catch things that AI just cannot do. So yeah, so that's our Australian news. Now let's move on to our final article, where a Chinese man was arrested in Bangkok over an alleged $14 million crypto Ponzi scheme. So Thai police discovered an illegal firearm during the raid as they worked to extradite the suspect back to China for trial. So Thai authorities have captured a Chinese national wanted for allegedly running a multi-million-dollar crypto Ponzi scheme that targeted nearly 100 people in China. Police officers raided an upscale 3-story residence in Bangkok's Wang Tongling district and arrested the alleged suspect Liang Ai-bing. I was going to say AI-bing, but Ai-bing. And investigators say Liang was part of an alleged 5-person operation that built and promoted a fraudulent DeFi platform called FinTalk. Now, between December 2022 and May 2023 was when that platform was on. Now, he had been renting the property for roughly $4,645 per month since late last year, living alone while evading Chinese law enforcement, according to a local media report. Now, the operation followed intelligence cooperation between Thai and Chinese police, leading to a criminal court-issued search warrant as per the report. Now, it appears the team behind the Ponzi at DFinTalk has likely exit scammed with 31.6 million USDT on the Binance chain after the funds were bridged to multiple addresses on Tron and Ethereum, and people reported being unable to withdraw on-chain sleuths, said ZachXBT in a tweet on May 2023, revealing the scam. Because that's the test you can always see. If you're unable to withdraw, that's usually like, okay, that's a final turn. This is a scam out there. So always do tester transactions to see if you can pull your money out when you test new websites and everything without throwing everything in there. Because if you throw everything in there and you can't withdraw it, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do out there. So always do testers out there. Be sure it's legit. But Chinese authorities previously identified the other alleged members as Ao Quanghua, Wu Jianyang, Teng Zhenku, and Zhua Laijun. Now, Zhu was arrested in China and released on bail, and the others allegedly fled. Now, the platform branded as a Morgan DFinTalk falsely claimed ties to Morgan Stanley, a claim that the investment bank publicly refuted in 2023, denying any association with the project. Now, FinTalk even feared a fake CEO named Bob Lambert, whose profile picture was actually that of actor Mike Provenzano, who had appeared in several short films and series. Now, despite a warning from the Monetary Authority of Singapore in early May 2023, the founders netted over $31 million in user funds before the platform collapsed. Now, the bug bounty platform Immunify reported that FinTalk rug pull was one of two major incidents contributing to a 63% increase in crypto losses in Q2 of 2023, compared to the same period in 2022. Now, Liang faces charges for illegal firearm possession and unlawful entry into Thailand, with authorities coordinating his extradition to China as per the report. Now, the FinTalk case bears similarities to broader crypto fraud operations that have devastated victims worldwide. Earlier this month, the U.S. announced it was seek the forfeiture of 127,271 Bitcoin worth over $14.2 billion from Chen Zi, founder of the Cambodia-based Prince Holding Group, in a case that involved pig butchering crypto scams that were trafficked individuals were forced to operate under threat of violence. And again, if you don't know what pig butchering is, that is the romance scams out there. So people creating relationships with you online and then eventually asking you for money, crypto, all that out there. So if you guys do need help with how to spot a scam, that is our class today at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. So if you're a member, stop by the club and attend our class at 1:30 Eastern Time. Again, we'll show you how to spot a crypto scam, what are the common causes of it, and we'll use some real life examples for that. But yeah, so definitely that's always something you need to know how to do in the space just to stay safe out there, because these scams and everything, they're going to be around and they're always going to evolve and get more sophisticated out there. So as long as we know what they look like, we will not fall for them. And if we know like good safety precautions, like do test your transactions, test your withdrawals, and make sure they're good, that can definitely help us stay a little bit safe. And also checking the URLs, like how I was going to DeFi Llama out there, I was going to the URL to make sure like this is the correct one, it's legit. So just little tools and tricks you need to do to stay safe, attend our class. So that is it though for the news. So yeah, Chinaman arrested and 4 of them are fleeing, so he's going to be extradited out there. But let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index right now. We're currently sitting at a 34. Let's refresh this page. Let's see if anything's changed. We're still at 34 fear, so we're almost out of the fear territory, going neutral, which is nice that people are getting less fearful out there. Kind of going to go back into it. Bitcoin is sitting at $108,000. Ethereum's at 37, and BNB is at 1,000. And if you look at the crypto bubbles, everything is down today, even at the hour chart right now. Well, actually, it looks like some things are starting to change right now. But day, week, month, if you really just want to see green right now, click on the year or go outside and touch grass, guys. That's how you do it. But everyone, I hope everyone has an awesome day. I will be back tomorrow again at noon with more crypto news for you guys. So everyone, take care, love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.